Welcome to Meet the Coaches as part of Global Music Match with your host, Glenny G, the coach of coaches. Okay, welcome back to Meet the Coaches as part of Global Music Match. And today you will be meeting Katch. So, first question, what is your name?
My name is Katch Holmes.
What is your team number?
My team number is 3. 3.
3. Where were you born?
I was born in Dumfries, which is a town in southwest Scotland.
Dumfries?
Scotland, UK, not Scotland, Canada.
And where do you currently reside?
I currently reside in Edinburgh, Scotland, UK.
Why?
I studied here and it's a nice place. It's got mountains, it's built around 7 hills. And my daughter goes to Gaelic school here and I've got lots of good friends here. Life is good, lots of green spaces, but lots of good social things to do, good restaurants, good gigs. Well, usually those things.
In theory. In theory.
When they're
Did you say your daughter goes to Gaelic school?
Yeah.
As well as just normal school. Does that mean that you've been double homeschooling?
No. She goes to an other school, but it's all in Gaelic. So in Scotland now there are a few schools that all teach in the medium of Gaelic because it's it's another national language of Scotland, and these Gaelic schools are sort of growing in popularity, and it's a great school.
Wow. Yeah. Had no idea. What is your occupation?
I usually go with creative producer, because I organize festivals. But obviously I mainly work in music, generally speaking.
Cats or dogs?
Now, this is something I've wondered my whole life, and it depends on my mood and I think where I am in that time in my life, you know. Sometimes it's just got to be cats, sometimes dogs. At the moment, I have neither. Okay, at the moment, dogs.
What is your favorite word?
I was really hoping you weren't going to ask me this. Because I actually thought about it after watching that video.
I gave you some clues.
And I was like, oh, he's not going to ask us that question because we're too prepared. And then I thought, what would I say if he did ask me?
Is your favorite word? Or O-H-M.
It's O-M. It's like the meaning of life.
Yeah.
It's like life.
No, yeah. No, I like it. I say a lot, which is completely different, and I wouldn't consider that a word. It's more of a space filler. What is your least favorite word?
Least favorite word. I don't like fault very much.
Fault? That's a good one.
Fault.
Your fault?
It usually comes in 2s. Don't like that very much. That's a pretty icky word.
What turns you on?
Creativity, life, nature, inspiring people and music and art.
What turns you off?
Pollution, greed, selfishness. Yeah, usual stuff.
What's something that you loathe about the pandemic?
Well, I didn't like very much. I don't know if it's been happening there, but here we had a thing where there was a kind of, it became a little bit like kind of dobbing in your neighbor at one point. And it was a bit like, oh, you know, people were sort of writing on the Facebook, oh, those people down the road are doing this and those people down the road are doing that. And, you know, in regards to masks and social distancing, and it all became a little bit like kind of a witch hunt. And, you know, I think the problems caused by the pandemic are, you know, less likely to be around individuals doing wrong things occasionally, although that's bad and everyone should take responsibility for themselves. But it just felt a little bit like everyone was kind of ratting on each other behind their back. Not everyone, but that was sort of happening. That's calmed down a bit now.
A slight
And
Orwellian kind of feeling about it all.
a little bit, and sometimes the feeling that maybe some of the blame for it was kind of being pushed onto individuals, whereas, you know, I don't say that there's anybody to blame for it, but certainly the way it's handled on a national level is surely mainly down to government and government policy. And, you know, your granny down the road, you know, doing something naughty is not the reason why people are dying.
Yes.
So yeah, that was something that I haven't liked very much about it.
What is something that you love about the pandemic?
Yeah, feeling to the opportunity to kick back, to reflect on things. Like so many people have just been able to stop for a minute or for a few months and just reflect on their life and whether it was really what they wanted. And it's given people a chance to connect with their local areas, to connect with nature. And I think for some to really think about what's really important to them. And that's been a real gift. That's been a great thing about it.
What sound or noise do you love?
Oh, my daughter laughing. Pretty good.
What sound or noise do you hate?
Car alarms, traffic noises. Yeah, car alarms. Got to be up there.
What profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Oh, I would like to be a nature documentary maker.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Very good. What profession would you not like to do?
Maybe banker. Even though I'd be
What have you
rich.
been? Oh, sorry. What was I going to say?
I said even though I'd be rich,
Yeah.
probably.
Mo money, mo problems. Um, what have you been listening to lately?
Global music match bands, non-stop. I've been listening to my team a lot, making Spotify lists. Um, I've been listening to a new track outside of Global Music Match. I've been listening to a new track by my friend who's just moved up to the islands on the top of Scotland. Well, she's been there for about a year, her family. She's been learning Gaelic for a while and she's just released a really interesting pop tune in Gaelic. I say pop tune, but I mean it's interesting because you know the kind of Gaelic language music is really interesting and really developing, but it's still a minority language, so you know there's not a huge population of people speaking it. But I find that's interesting. That's been something I've been listening to. And then there's some new projects that have kicked up in lockdown that acts have been coming up with, you know, that I've been listening to as well. Some of the acts that I represent, and others that I'm maybe thinking about representing. It's an interesting time for music and for recordings because a lot of I'm making a Knock and Goric album. I forgot. Yeah, that's what I'm listening to non-stop. I've been putting together a compilation Knock and Goric album, which is reflecting the virtual music festival that we had in May. And we've had about 5 or 6 tracks that have been written especially for the recording, for the album, recorded and written for it, for the festival. So we've just been getting that mastered, and then I've been working out, you know, order of tracks, and that's going to be released next month. No,
Wow,
2 months. 2 months will be released in November.
great. And the last question, if heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you as you arrive at the pearly gates?
Yeah, welcome. Come in. All your pals are here.
Great. Um, Thank you, Katch. This has been another, I don't know how to, this has been another edition of Meet the Coaches here at Global Music Match. I don't know how that's all going to go down, if I need to say things like that or not. I hope you're having a nice time during Global Music Match and you're learning a whole bunch of stuff too.